Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a brand new movie review for you. Today we're going to be talking about M. Night Shyamalan's Knock at the Cabin. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so we can keep growing towards 250 subscribers. Now, let's dive into this film. As I said, this is the latest from M. Night Shyamalan. Love him or hate him, he's one of the most prolific directors working today in Hollywood. For me personally, his filmography is a little uneven. There's some things I like The Sixth Sense, Signs. I really like those movies. The Visit, got it right back there. I like those movies. I love The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, uh, Split. Split's my favorite film that he's ever done. But then there's a lot of stuff of his that I don't like The Village, Lady in the Water, The Following, After Earth, and Last Airbender, two of the worst films of all time. And his last two movies haven't done it for me either. What was it? Glass is the final of that trilogy. That was a big letdown for me. I thought that was a snooze fest. And his last one, Old, I felt old watching it. I thought that movie was pretty damn bad. I thought it was horrendous. The only thing good that came from that movie was me discovering Gael Garcia Bernal, who is now Werewolf by Night in the MCU. Love that actor, but that movie itself was garbage. So I didn't know how to feel going into this one. I was like, this could be good. It could be bad. It is good. It's not quite great, but it is good. The story, if you've seen the trailers, it's pretty much his family, two dads and their young daughter, are at a cabin in the woods, like a lot of good horror movies are. And four people show up, played by Batista, Rupert Grint, Abby Quinn, and Nikki Amuka Bird. They show up and they're like, hey, this is our mission. We were sent here because one of you, or all of you really, have to choose one of you to die willingly, or the world's going to end. It's going to bring the apocalypse. So you kind of feel from the trailers like these are like maybe the four horsemen of the apocalypse, that kind of thing. Apparently it's based off a book. I've not read the book, so if anything differs, I'm not quite sure. And that's kind of the basic story premise here. A lot of this film takes place in one location outside of some flashbacks that we see from the Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldridge's character. It mostly takes place at this cabin in the woods, so it's pretty enclosed, and I like that. Like, the script felt tight. It's like 100 minutes long, so an hour and a half. It felt great after watching all these long movies the last few months. It felt great to have a short, tight script, short, tight film, and the performances are my favorite thing about this movie. I thought Jonathan Groff was great. I thought Ben Aldridge was really damn good, especially with some of the flashback stuff of him dealing with past trauma when these people show up. Rupert Grint went full Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 when Ron Weasley's like a drunk crackhead. He's kind of pulling off that kind of performance in this, but he is good, and it was nice to see him outside of Harry Potter. The rest of the cast was great. Dave Bautista is amazing in this film. He just shows quite the range of emotions. He's like so calm, but he's creepy at the same time, almost like James McAvoy was when he was pulling off certain characters in Split. I think this definitely solidifies Bautista as the best wrestler turned actor, way above The Rock and John Cena. I like both those guys, but they're like movie stars, like they're movie stars. They're not quite like sophisticated actors. I think that's what Batista wants to be, and with this performance, I think he's a lot closer than they are. And joining the cast for the first time, it's her debut feature film. She was fantastic in it. Kristen Cui plays the little girl. She plays Wen. She was great. I don't want to like beat a dead horse here, but if you watch my channel, you'll know in certain reviews I say like I don't really like child actors that much. A lot of times they are not very good, but I think they're like really stepping it up lately because I've seen a lot of projects with a lot of great kid actors, and this is one of them. She was fantastic in this. I hope she maybe becomes like a Shyamalan mainstay and she like does some more stuff with him, and I can't wait to see her branch out as her career furthers on, if that's what she wants to pursue as she gets older, because she was amazing. She held her own against like Batista. She really, I don't want to say bonds with Batista, but she's got like a connection to him before they break into the cabin. And then she's pulling her own right there with Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldridge. Where this film doesn't work for me so much is the story. It's not bad, like it's good. We've all heard that like hypothetical, like, oh, if it was like it was either you died or the rest of the world died, what would you choose? We've all heard that hypothetical question before, and that's what this film tackles. But that's what it tackles. Like, we're so used to every Shyamalan film having this big twist about 3/4 of the way through. For me, this one didn't really have it. Like, soon as they got into the cabin, I was like, this is what's going to happen, and that's exactly what happened. There was a couple things along the way that I didn't see happening, but the end result was the same. There was no big, huge twist. So don't go into this film expecting the usual Shyamalan twist. I don't want to spoil anything that happens, but you don't get some, like, massive humongous twist, like that they're like inside of a simulation, or they're in a box in a lab somewhere. Like there's nothing humongous like that. This is a general story, and it's kind of like the first time Shyamalan's done that. And maybe that's not going to affect a lot of people. So maybe that's why people are thinking this is a great film, when I think it is a good film with great performances, especially by Batista and the actress that plays Wen. I thought those two were great, while the rest of them were really good. I think this is a good film. I'm definitely going to pick up the Blu-ray when it comes out. As you can see, I got some Shyamalan movies that I love. I got the Unbreakable trilogy. I got The Visit. Still need to pick up Signs and The Sixth Sense, but I'm definitely going to be picking up this one just for the performances alone. The story's fine. The acting's great. This movie is good, not great, but you should definitely go see it because it's a piece of original cinema. Yes, it's based off a book, but it's not a superhero. It's not like a slasher that's had IP for 20 years. It's an original kind of film that you should go see in theaters this weekend. Knock at the Cabin gets a 7.5 from me. I'll give it a 7.5. I like this Shyamalan film a lot more than I like some of his other stuff, but it's not quite as good as, say, like Split. I feel similar to this film as what I thought about The Visit. It's a really good film, and I can't wait to rewatch it and see if I missed any, clues as to what's going on. And maybe there were, like, smaller twists that maybe I just didn't pick up on because I'm a stupid man. I'm a stupid, stupid guy that just reviews movies here on YouTube and talks to a camera because he's lonely. Now, 7.5 for me, but what did you guys think of Knock at the Cabin? Have you seen it? Did my review convince you to see it? I definitely think you should, at least for the performances alone. Make sure you comment down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave, and share this video on all your different social media platforms so we keep growing out towards 250 subscribers. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys right here next time.